A CGI animated cat and Godzilla should give you hope creatively. We'll get into it in just a second. Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin Gregg. I'm a creative writer, director, producer. I am here to help you get your creative work done. I saw something the other day. I was watching it with my wife. Flow is the name of the animated feature. It's up for Best Animated Feature for the Oscars for 2024. Um, we're watching this animated feature film, and it has a cat and a whole bunch of different animals that are in it, and it's really stunning. Like it's really, as you're looking at the animated work that they did with it, CGI animated, you go, this is really beautiful. And as I'm watching it, something goes off in the back of my mind, which goes, I wonder if they created this with Blender. And sure enough, I started doing my research and they did do it. What is Blender? Blender is an open source CGI program that's available to anyone for free that you can download onto a computer and start rendering and creating computer generated graphics, images, animated stuff. And as I started doing further research on this, I thought, I wonder how much they made this for. And as I started going more into the research, I saw that it was produced and created for $3.7 million. It was done by a couple of production companies, Sacre Bleu Productions, Dreamwell, and Take Five. Um, yeah, it was done over, it was started in 2019. They completed in 2024. It took them about 5.5 years to make this thing. But the director who did this, and the reason I was excited about this was I was looking at it because I'm familiar with Blender and the people that are involved with using this stuff. And usually it's a lot of people that are do it yourself, you know, let's get this stuff done on the smallest budget possible. And it sparked an idea not only about this feature that I was watching, but then it took me back to 2023. There was a feature that was released called Godzilla Minus One that was made for $15 million. And it ended up grossing, like, I think it was $115 million worldwide. I'm just going to take a look at this budget real quick. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, $15 million, and it ended up grossing $115 million worldwide, um, with director Takashi Yamazaki, who was at the helm of that. Here's why I'm excited by both of these features when I see them being done on smaller budgets, and why it should be very inspiring for you as the creator. In both of these cases, for Flow and the creative team that was involved behind that, I'm not even going to tackle the director's name because I'm going to botch it. But take a look it up for yourself. Flow, 2024 animated feature. For both of these, they're both examples of great storytelling, right? Where the creators and directors have taken the time to unpack it. Even with Godzilla, you go, it's a Godzilla movie. It's more than that. The Godzilla Minus One is a great movie, which I truly believe it's the almost the perfect anti-war film and about people coming together and tackling an adversity which is way beyond themselves, right? Um, it's a wonderful movie. But both of these films really good storytelling with crafting a well-made story. And then you have people that are visionaries, but they are taking the time to get as efficient as possible with what they have available to them. As much as you may think as a creative, well, I got to go out there and I can't do my stuff unless I've got the biggest or the best materials or software or programs or whatever that is, or I've got to get the most expensive camera that I can get or the most expensive mic that I can get in order to make my stuff. I want to encourage you, my friends, use what you have available to you and use it to the best of your ability, right? To use your skills, your ability, your crafts, and your talents and really hone in and try and make it tight and efficient and the best version of what you can with the materials that you have available. Um, there is something to that. And there's something that's happening, particularly with this. And it's why these two films really stuck out to me. Because, you know, budgets on other animated features, here we are looking at something that was done for $3.7 million dollars, and your average animated feature right now that's coming out of Hollywood is, you know, three times, four times, 10 times more than that, way more than that as they're trying to get this stuff done. And these budgets get so bloated. The same thing with this Godzilla movie. And these budgets get so blown out of proportion where there's just like, I remember reading this in a book somewhere. Maybe this might have been Robert Rodriguez when he was talking about making his movies. I think it was with Rebel Without a Crew. I think that was the name of the book that he had. He was talking about the making of El Mariachi back in the 90s. But he used this description of like how production companies just want to bring out the money hose and just spray the money at it and hope that that will go away. And you as a creative with what you're doing, you don't have access to unlimited resources to be able to just go, well, just turn on the spigot. Let's just throw a couple of $1 million at it and it'll be done. No, you have to problem solve and figure out how to use what you have to the best of your abilities to do it. There is a way to get this stuff done, right? But it's about crafting and really bringing out the best version of what you can and refining it, and really stepping up to the plate. And if you have something that is powerful with a message or a hook or something that people can relate to, man, it's so good. You can really, really impact people. I understand you may not have the type of money that you need behind you for marketing or for promoting or whatever. Okay, problem solve. Figure out how to get around it. But for me, and I get it, this isn't about me like all of a sudden like, great, I'm going to go out and find $3 million to make an animated feature. I understand that there's skill and ability that's there. This is actually a big thing that happened in the 90s, right? And it started with like El Mariachi, and then there was Steven Soderbergh who was doing this with Sex Lies and Videos, and Kevin Smith with Clerks. All these guys that were making these films, the going thing, and this was also happened with the brothers. Was it called the Brothers McMullen, I think? But there were a whole bunch of these independent filmmakers that started making films, and the thing was like, oh yeah, I made a film for 25,000 bucks. And then all of a sudden people are going, well, if I have $25,000, then I can make a feature film. Well, it's more than that. It's more than just having the money to do something, right? It's about like making sure that you are crafting something that is compelling and that hooks and that has something with it. And it's the same point that I'm bringing up with this technology that's available. Yes, this stuff is available out there. So you could literally, with something like Blender, if you took the time and the energy and the resources, you could teach yourself how to do Blender, how to do animation on Blender, and you'd be able to create a feature, a short or a feature film on your computer in your home and not going off and having the big, production stuff. Now, what's the trade-off on that? It would be about the skill, the timing, the learning, and also surrounding yourself with like-minded artists to make something like that happen, right? We can have this idea in our head about what we want, but then it's also about figuring out how do I also communicate my idea to other people because I can't do all of this by myself. I need to figure out how to bring other people in on this and to get them just as excited to spend their time, energy, and resources in order to craft this together. So it really is a combination of several different things. It's the idea of going, do I have a compelling message or story or something that I want to relate? Do I have the craft? Am I working on my craft so that I'm refining this and making this like the best version of what I can with what I have available? Am I also learning how to um, communicate my idea in a compelling way that gets other people excited that they would want to be a part of this project and that we've got a vision and a direction in order to get this done as efficiently as possible? It's something if you're trying to create something that requires collaboration, you have to make sure that it's being able to get people to come on board so that they are also excited to be a part of it and working together towards it. What it can't be, especially if you're talking about collaborative processes, it can't be somebody that says, well, I'm the mad visionary and this is what I'm going to do and you guys listen to me. I've had that before in the past. where I've had things when independent feature stuff that was going on. All of a sudden, you get a guy that says, "Hey, come on board, and you get to be a part of this thing." And the next thing you know, it was like working with a crazy captain on a ship who's going, "I don't care if we're going over a waterfall, we're doing this." And you suddenly get to a point of going, "I'm not getting paid, right? I'm not getting paid. This isn't worth it for me." I've had that experience in the past. What are you doing that if it is a collaborative art form where you need to bring other people on board, that you're doing it in a way that is also going to help them, and that all of you are working together and all of you are growing and heading towards a united vision and purpose? I think that that's a big thing to do. So I guess a couple of things I wanted to touch on this is like number one, costs are coming down on all of these things. So it's like not impossible to get stuff done on a smaller, on a smaller scale, at least from the production side of it. Okay. Now, with that said, yes, those costs are coming down and those tools and resources are readily available to you now more than ever, especially with the stuff that's going to be coming down the line with AI and being able to create these scenes or storyboards or other things that you want to do to help support whatever your project or your vision is. It's still going to take you being able to effectively communicate what your vision, goal, and purpose is with other people in order to get them on board to be a part of the process as well. Because yes, you are going to be able to do some of this stuff by yourself, but you're also going to be able to need to communicate that in an effective way so other people are also as excited to go, yeah, I can totally see what that is, and I want to be a part of this, and I want to help this out, and I want to see this come to fruition. So I don't know, just food for thought for you today. But I just got so excited when I watched that flow the other day and just thought, wow, people are doing this. People are taking programs that are out there that are readily available and they're bringing it into the world. And that for me is an exciting prospect for you as well. It is possible to do this. But remember, you need to be constantly working on your craft. You need to be working on it. This isn't about just having the idea in your head and then hoping someday you'll just be able to press a button, then poof, it comes out. At the same time, you're going to have to be learning how to work on it, refine your skill, and also learning your communication skills so that you can effectively pitch or communicate these ideas to other people because you're going to need help from other people as you're doing this. As I'm talking about this, there are ways that you can collaborate with other people and be in communities where you're around other like-minded people. One of the places you can do that, Working Creatives. If you go to workingcreatives.com, you can head on over there and find out about our community that we have, where there are other people that are trying to get their work done, showing up on a regular basis, sharing their challenges, their struggles. The whole purpose of the community is to help people get their work done and eventually get to making a thriving living with your art so that you're getting it out into the world. And I do believe that God put that in your heart and in your mind for a purpose, for his purpose, in order to point people towards the kingdom. But if you want to be part of a whole bunch of other people that are getting their work done, that they're showing up and working on their projects and they're sharing their progress and their stuff that they're doing and being in an encouraging environment where people are like supporting, problem solving, workshopping, Working Creatives is the place for you. Head on over there and check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor as well. Like, subscribe, and share, and I'll keep bringing you videos that will help you so that you are encouraged to get your creative work done and get it out into the world, make a thriving living from doing it. Thanks so much for watching us in this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.